Welcome back, Damanji. In the previous part, you shared invaluable points to students of engineering as to what they should do to have a fantastic career, hopefully as long as
Yeah.
you've had. In this part, I'd like you to share with musicians as well as engineers of today who are in the business as to the difference between analog and digital, which you've experienced both the worlds in great depth, and how quality of recordings with today's technology can be brought to the level of analog, because a lot of people complain that songs of 60 70 sound even sweet today, even on latest music systems,
Yes.
compared to today's songs.
Right, right.
So if you could throw some light and
Basically, 1966, when I entered my training as a student in the Film Institute of India, we were trained on 35 analog machines. So in the analog machines, there were 1 track, 2 track, 3 track, 4 track. Up to 6 track was the standard at that time. And by the way, Jal Bin Machli, of V. Shantaram, was recorded on 6 track by our late superstar Mangesh Desai. Mangesh Desai was one of the engineers I respect the most. He was a mixing engineer and he was a musician, music engineer. For example, Sholay, he also did the songs. So Sholay song, if you hear today, you hear Jalbin Machli, fantastic. Jalbin Machli was a stereo. So main thing in analog was we hear analog in the nature. The microphone itself is an analog device. It vibrates, the diaphragm vibrates. When it is recorded, whether in the analog machine or in the digital domain, still it comes out of the speakers, monitors, which is analog. Then it boosts again in the air. So we listen in the air analog, we throw in the while playback also in the same analog. The other thing is because analog technology has been perfected for the last 100 years, more than that maybe, by the time we started our recording. So 100 years it has been, electronics of analog recording has been perfected. And the microphone which is made for the analog that time, the analog recording, like for the optical, was the first was optical, right? Optical recording. Optical recording could not sustain more than 8 to 9 kilocycle. And low frequency also they never used to record below but 60 hertz or 80 hertz. Why? Because theatre acoustic used to boom. If I put 40, 60 hertz, any kind of energy in that spectrum, because of theatre, acoustic was not good, they used to boom. So what we used to do? We used to band pass filter, 80 hertz below, maybe 10 kilohertz. So my band limiting is done. So this was because the limitation of the medium by itself. When the magnetic recording came in 60s, 65, 65, 66, that time because the magnetic emulsion, you could record up to 12, 14 kilohertz depending on Nagara, for example, which was training, which was very famous. On quarter inch, you could very easily record up to 14, 16 kilohertz. And at that time also, the engineer mostly never used to over equalize things. The equalization was used as a device just to give little presence, little sizzle, maybe 2 or 3 dB. Like today also some gadgets are available like Manly or let us say Focusrite. If you just tip up like this, it immediately sound is changed. Whereas if you put the same thing in that digital domain like plug-in, you change 3 dB, it doesn't happen. When I do 3 dB in other high quality class electronics, it changes the sound. Like Pultec equalizer, which is very famous. Rupert Neve.
yes.
Any high quality, like equalizer, SSL or whatever, Neve. All those things, they make a difference. Because the thing is, their always reference was not a scope. The reference was ear. Engineer is doing something in the physics, in the electronics, but main thing is, does it sound sweet to me? That is why our father of sound, Rupert Neve, which is living till today, is respected because of that thing. The other thing is their point of view of designing anything was to capture the natural sound. Today the trend is how to make unnatural sound.
Digital or
Digital means unnatural sound.
okay.
I always say if you want to make unnatural sound, you place the microphone anywhere, it will record, it will be unnatural. I put a microphone anywhere, it will not sound natural, it will sound record. So it's unnatural only. In the sense, if you don't, what is natural sound recording is what my human ear hears in the room,
Hmm.
can I capture with a microphone? It's difficult. Why? Because we have got two ears, I can analyze, I can focus, whereas the microphone cannot focus.
Hmm.
Because of this property of focusing the human ear. Now you say, sir, how you can have a focusing ear? Very simple. When I am mixing a song, I say, how's the kick sound? I switch to kick. Then I say, okay, what is clashing in the bass? Let me listen to the. Now it's like a pre-fade listening. I am not listening one track, but I switching over my ear to one to bass, then to maybe tabla vaya, then to kick. So I am finding now where is the problem. A smart engineer will understand, okay, I must do some filtering here or cut this thing. See, people always try to boost.
Correct.
The best engineering is to cut. What is the analog thing? Suppose I got a gas in my stomach forming
Right.
and there's some material I'm eating, food I'm eating. Instead of taking gelusil or some anti-acid, best thing is to not to take that food only. So you don't get gas.
Correct.
So same way, it is better to remove it than to keep on adding and fighting with one another. Right?
Yeah.
Misunderstanding, if I remove, we will not fight. But
Right.
misunderstanding, we are still fighting. I am correct, you are wrong. Right or not? बोले हाथापाई हो गया बाद में. So because analog technology, the other point of view is in the olden time, the creativity and creation was very much put the emphasis. That means if I have to make a film, let us say David Lean is making Chicago, he may plan for 2 years. Script, location, thinking, music, who to take music. What is, let us say for example, in Chicago, Henry Mancini I think has given the music. And if he has given the music, he will say Russia. So that means what at that period, what kind of music was popular? Is it provocative or this Stravinsky, Stravinsky, जो भी है, he will study the period of that. Then, which is the instrument of the Russia, which will depict that picture, balalaika, like a mandolin. So everybody in the creativity is getting educated himself. Nobody is fully educated.
Hmm.
So the thing is, in the digital domain today, what is happening is, the boys who are in the digital domain today, they have never heard the analog sound.
Correct.
They simply come on the samples, they come on the electronic keyboard, they come on the preset which is given to them by all these Korg and Yamaha and whatever all different companies are there. And today you see this Nord and all that Moog and come, all these things they do. Right? There is nothing wrong with that.
Hmm.
I'm not saying that. Vocoder recording, George Moroder, there's a man called George Moroder, he used to use vocoder, I think 35 years back. I listened to his also. He used to sing and he used to throw vocoder, he used to do that. So according to me, there is nothing new which you are doing. But those people knew the theory well. So now the old people, because the creativity is set, the music is set. Now music also they used to make in such a way that range of the music doesn't clash with other. Let us say I am playing high violin, they'll play low cello, and the voice range will not get disturbed. So all this spectrum of sound, the arranger used to take care. Arranger doesn't mean only arranging the notes. Arranger basically means the voice is the main, and the other thing is in the olden time, voice was the hero, lyrics was the hero. Today what is happened? The hero is ulta. Voice is the afterwards. Last, you will see that is why today the voice is the last stage. Why? Everything is done for now. You have to put fix it in that. The mold is done. अभी नहीं आता है टाइट करके इसको और it's not coming out. Put mid range mode. It's not coming. Push compressor. Come limiter. What do you want to bring? So olden time, even music director, one thing is very clear. Voice, the message of the song has to be clear. So if my hero is voice, everything is around. It's an ornamentation. Rhythm is to give a kind of a swing to the song, and the arrangement is to beautify the song. To be technically correct, if I'm not mistaken, my senior music director used to tell me, when I listen to a song, even Jagdish used to tell me, don't put anything where my ear goes to that sound.
Okay.
Any effect, any kind of thing. My focus should be what he is singing and what lyrics he is saying. That is why lyrics was very important. People used to get a lot of money like Anand Bakshi, Sair Ludhianvi, Raja Mehdili, Hasrat Jaipuri, Shaki. I have seen all these guys. Instantly they used to write it. Suppose you don't like any अंतरा, बोले बख्शी साहब ठीक नहीं है, अरे okay 1 minute. 3 अंतरा given. Select whatever you want.
Oh.
On the phone he has to dictate with Yash Chopra. I have seen one day. I was doing I think Dar that time. दिल तो पागल I think he was doing. हाँ दिल तो पागल time. He said नहीं इसमें मजा नहीं आ रहा. It is not gripping me. He immediately said okay 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes. At home only writing on the same tune, and after that is ringing up on the line. That time mobile was not there. So his MTNL was Western order. He is giving everything and writing 3 antara. Select whatever you want. This is the people, they had that kind of dedication experience. That they were instant, they were ready with the stock. It's like this, you tell me do something, I should be, as a engineer, I should instantly create that effect. I have not to think like that. Why was that? Because of dedication, practice. So olden people, they were trained on the equipment, like in the olden time we used to have RCA, Radio Corporation of America, Vestas company. There were 2 companies who were in the film world. And some of the engineers, they were trained by RCA in America. Or sometime American engineers used to come in the beginning stage for the shooting, to teach. They were not knowing anything. In the olden time, in the shooting floor, what is to do? Shooting is going on there, lights are there, actor is there, microphones are coming out. There was a truck that time. Okay. In the truck there is a mixer, in the truck there is a tape recorder. And it was fed by the main power, not by the generator. But it is outside, completely isolated. Then it became that, okay, when the shooting floor we should have a control, like Mehboob studio has seen. Mr. Bharat used to, Devanand was, Dilip Kumar, everybody used to. I was sitting there. So the shooting floor is there, next to that is small control room, simple mixer. I'm telling you, they didn't have facilities. They didn't have too many knobs. Their approach was how to get the best from the microphone placement. How to tell the artist, can you speak little loud? Like one day I'll give you an example which should be there. There was an engineer, he was shooting Dilip Kumar. And Dilip Sahab, used to always speak very, Musa Bhai, his name is. He was a Mohammedan, Ibrahim Musa Bhai, like this. He told me this incident. He said, and it was coming so soft, even if you increase the gain, the hiss of the tube circuit is coming so loud. Because he is speaking so soft. At that time also, we didn't have condenser microphone in the shooting stage. We had a dynamic microphone. So dynamic microphone, as it is, gives less output. Yes. Then he is speaking soft. Microphone is 10 feet away. You land yourself in trouble. Rumble will come. It's not sound isolated properly. He went to set and he took the cable and he did like this. Like that, झाड़ जिस होता है ना, उसको साफ करते ना किसी चीज को. तो दिलीप साहब क्या कर रहे हो अब्राहम मूसा वाला, क्या कर रहे हो तुम सूरत वाला? अब बोला क्या है, आपकी आवाज़ यहाँ आने अटक जाती है, वो अटक जाती है, उसको साफ कर रहे हो, शायद अटके ना. What he mean to say is, you're speaking so soft that I can't get a signal only in the mixer. So Dalip Sahab understood because he was intelligent. अच्छा अच्छा मैं थोड़ा loud बोलता हूँ. That is why sometimes we used to dub them. If the sound is not correct coming on the stage, you speak soft, mumbling the word, how can you come? There was no wireless microphone that time. There was no gun microphone neither that time. Where you get a more gain of the condenser capsule. So these people who has done this art, whom I have interacted in my when I was absolutely young in this industry, they wanted to capture whatever they had. That time it was not much. But at that time also they have done whatever they could do till today. If you listen Madhumati, Mughal Azam, Talash, Razia Sultana, कभी 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 मुझे ख्याल आता है all this analog, I don't know, the analog, all these Bimal Rai's film analog, all these old films which is super hits are analog. You take anything. So analog technology, first thing was it started like that. It started perfected. Second thing in the analog technology was the tube circuitry, which is becoming popular today. Like today, you got thermonic culture, this Melly. There's so many other products are coming. Tube circuits, microphones are coming too. Norman is doing, Levitt is doing, Browner is doing. Everybody is under tube. Amplifiers are coming too, right? Now the thing is, now why tube circuit? But tube is to give more output, and tube had a natural saturation. So if I shout also, it never used to clip, which is very easy to clip today in the DAW.
Yeah.
So these engineers did a lot of research, and they had a solid backing. RC was a big company, Western was a big company. So from the analog domain, all these engineers were trained. They whatever they had, they used to use more brain how to get the best. Today we have got so many things, we don't use our brain. Now for example, somebody says today DAW sound, now we started with 44, then 48, then 96K is becoming today a kind of a standard. 192 will become maybe standard. Why? Because terabytes hard disks are available. But the question is, DSD technology, nobody has tried up till now, which has come 18 years back. Now DSD technology is a Sony solution for the analog tapes to archive it. That was the reason DSD technology was introduced. And I was in Berlin when this in AES when they were introducing this technology. And they called all the engineers, best engineers sitting. I am also sitting. They are playing the original source. They are playing the 44.1 or 48. Then they are playing DSD. And they say which one is better. Please write it down in the, they gave sheet. Naturally, DSD was very, very near to analog. You couldn't find a difference. It was very, very, like, he said, this is analog. Now these are digital two, three. Which one is the best? So DSD people is not recording today. And DSD cards are available. Pyramix is doing.
Yes.
Ginex has launched a tape recorder, 48 tracks, 6 years back, if I'm not mistaken. So we are not doing that. Why? Because industries professionals who are leading in this line, they say, okay, 48 is good. Buy my hardware. But today if you go to film studio in London anywhere, Pyramix is the main workstation. Why? The quality is analog. Now the question is, if you have a switching over from analog to digital, first thing is, same point I bring. Your reference should be correct. Now, suppose you tell me, okay, let's have a record on digital DAW, like Veer Zara did. Veer Zara is what? I did analog console, Neve console, Prism A to D converters, small studio Sound City, which is not a big, but I record such a big orchestra. So I use analog mixer, I use the top quality A to D converter with clocking, and I put it, all my rhythms, everything, anything acoustic is recorded through Prism. Anything electronic I record through Pro Tool hardware. Why? I say it doesn't make a difference whether it's synthesizer or this. If it's little bit of changes there, it doesn't make a difference. You can't make out that much.
Mm.
So, if you want to be a good engineer in digital domain, you must have analog here. Now you will say, sir, and a boy of 30 years old, how he can analog here?
Okay.
That basically means he should listen to the um, CDs,
Mm.
which is done in analog domain. Like for example, Dark Side of the Moon. Dark Side of the Moon, Alan Parsons has done, that is analog. Everything analog. Now Dark Side of the Moon, you listen stereo. You Dark Side of the Moon listen now today 5.1. Same track you listen, you will still say that Alan Parsons sound is better mixed. Even if today you could have done better. If I would have been a producer, I would have told Alan Parsons to do it because he's still living. I say, Alan Parsons, you have done stereo. Please, take this new material, push it in 5.1, how you like it. So basically means if you are not experienced engineers,
Mm.
experience only comes when you work more dedicatedly. Doesn't mean that work like a dog
Mm.
or donkey. You don't become by working hard a better engineer. You become a better engineers by better knowledge and dedication. If you dedicate, you listen, your reference goes high. Your monitoring is no, I cannot mix it less than Genelec or less than. You tell me to mix on, let us say, Yamaha, I will never mix. Because if in Yamaha, the first thing is price is so less,
Mm.
you can't expect in that. If my equalization, I'm queuing it, and that Q factor is not anything changing, if I'm boosting 2 dB, if it's not changing in my speaker, that means there's either wrong in the equalizer, either there's something wrong in the speaker. That is why when you listen a mix, a bad mix on a better system, it becomes very bad. It listens very bad because everything is coming out. It's a magnifying glass.
Right.
All your blemishes in the skin, you
Yeah.
can hear it. Either kuch hai, idhar lagaya hai. So the thing is, according to me, you can still record analog sound.
Yeah.
Like for example, all the scores today is done Pro Tools.
Yeah.
Let us say in Abbey Road or let us say A. London studio, which I have seen. Everywhere the mixer is analog, Neve, SSL, whatever it is. And 8D converter, high quality. Maybe Denmark company DAD, Prism is the reference. And now Prism is so expensive.
Mm.
That's why people can't afford to buy it. And they record with all analog microphone, tube microphone, throw it on that. They know the limitation of DAW. They compensate with the high quality. Now, other thing is, when the reverb has to be put, they put hardware reverb, not plug-in reverb. See, this plug-in technology and DAW was basically invented for the people who want to experiment at home and make demos. Like sound design, Pro Tool, before Pro Tool there was sound something, sound forge, not sound forge, sound design. There was first earlier one,
Mm.
which usually started 2 track, 4 track, like sound something,
Mm.
sound devices, sound design I think. Sound designer is called, yeah, sound designer I remember. And who bought it I know also. But that was okay because that is first I bought CD,
Mm.
digital editor, PC base. That was basically for editing, but that was used for post production. It was a BBC standard at that time. All BBC station will be using CD because quality of sound was analog. I used to use Mitsubishi X86 2-track digital recorder, which Bruce Sweden used to use. How I knew? Bruce Sweden was using Michael Jackson. I said, Bruce is using for Michael Jackson Thriller. I should also have this kind of machine. So he used to use Mitsubishi for mixing, and he had other machine called, I think it was 32-track, 1-inch machine, X80.
Okay.
He was recording on that. And see, in olden time, music was ready. You have to just record. Today, music is not ready. We record and we shift it here and there. Cut paste is here. That means afterthought. Music has become afterthought. Why? Why music cannot be thought earlier? Why? Because you think I will fix it afterwards. If the option is not given to you to fix afterwards, you will never think like that.
No.
It's a mindset, nothing else. If you set your mind, no, music is making from the beginning, I'll make it like that. That's how we rehearse.
Correct.
Like how today band plays, band record like that. Band doesn't say वो बाद में editing करके उसको include करेंगे intro नहीं. That is why the creativity and sitting together, all the musicians, is the most important thing. But today what is happening is everybody is single-handed. I will do my part, you will play your flute, I'll play tabla, there's no connection with the other problem in this is there's a pitch problem, there's a tempo problem. Then after that you sit, wasting time. When you're playing together, even if there's a little shift, that sounds big. Big sound comes from delay.
Yep.
Cross pickup gives you big sound. That is when you hear analog sound, it's all cross pickup. I will give you example of Minu Katrak. I respect the maximum old engineer, I respect the maximum. I've seen that studio, famous Tavdeo. He used to, Mera Naam Joker, if you see 85 piece, 90 piece orchestra is recorded, where you cannot make them sit. Satyam Shivam Sundaram, big orchestra LP. Such big orchestra live recorded at one time is next to impossible today. It's not that you cannot do it. That's why I designed Yashraj big studio. My idea was that only. In near future, the trend may come back. Then you need a big stage, multi-track, one time. You can record 48 track at one time. You have got 4 booths. You have got a main stage.
Yep.
You have got inside all electronic stuff. So you can have all the synthesizer, virtual studios, electric guitar, a bass guitar, whatever you want. Yeah, electric. Push them inside the console. Good. Give 20 microphone. Everything recorded at the same time. You are hearing at the same time. According to me, to make music, that's the way to do it. Film music. Why? Film music means you want to listen a song at one time. That is why till today what happened, the director doesn't know how my song will be, this thing. You are doing tuku 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 tuku. Saath mein ga rahe, it doesn't matter. Like for example, in 1977 when I did a song of Laila O Laila, Kurbani,
Right.
they were all coming electronic. First I was thinking of recording music only, I will record 2-track music like Beatles used to record when the Sergeant Pepper was, then he will play. They used to record 4-track Beatles. No? That time 1-inch 4-track studio used to make. So they will record 4-track. Ringo is playing drum, he is playing this Jan Lennon is singing. Other person that George Harrison, I think, he used to play guitar, whatever it is. So all these Paul Martin will do bass guitar. So what I'm going to say is they were all singing and playing bass, electric, drum and everything. 4-track, but they want to do harmony. Maybe they want to do something. So they used to play track, 4-track, record another 4-track. So you got 4-track plus all, let us say 4 microphone, mix it on this thing. But they were so sure what they are doing, and they are mixing 2-track, everything is correct. Because ultimately they are listening stereo. So George Martin says in his book, all you need is ear. Technology has nothing to do. And today I am convinced, a engineer, a producer, a musician, he only needs ear. He doesn't need multi-track too much. Multi-track, according to me, you have got multiple confusion according to me. All these big scores which I have done, Devdas, Kuch Kuch Hota, Mohabbatein, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, Gup, for example, such electronic, Machis and everything, it is done on 23 track. 1 track was for my automation. Maybe I will hook up one hi-hat to get more track. What is in that? Kuchu Kuchu, some faltu, all backing and all that, it doesn't make difference. If I remove them, you will not know that something is missing. It's a backing track. Because as if the music is so powerful, the rhythm is going on. So, if you see, you have got 23 plus 8 track here. So, you can say 31 track. Some reverbs and all that. I didn't have the mixer more than 32 track. So, dalega kidhar?
Okay.
Input is not there. That's the whole trouble. Understand that more channels were not there with us. Na? So that doesn't mean under limitation you cannot do that. Under limitation, analog people did such a fantastic recording. Mughal Azam here today.
Yeah, so I'm saying with limitation, you did. I mean, all engineers of yesteryears did fantastic work. Today, with no limitation, there's no limitation. You can control every parameter of sound
Right.
with your keyboard, with your software, DAW, everything.
Yes.
So how can one now, with I mean, not everybody can afford tube mics. Not everybody can. Obviously, you can always hire a studio and dub there. But at most production happens at home. Real estate prices have gone up. You cannot have big spaces.
Right.
So not just Bombay, even outside Bombay, where people are working from home,
Yes.
they know that we have to live in this environment until some things become cheaper or available.
According to me, if today first thing is music learning is must. Number one thing. Theory knowledge of recording must. Then third thing I will say is if you want to make your own home studio also, you should get it designed properly because you are living in that. It's like your kitchen that you are mixing the elements. So what I'll say, if somebody asks me, okay, I've got let us say 20 lakhs, so microphone to monitor where I'll put maximum money, I'll tell him first thing to put the money on the acoustics control room, monitors, buy a good quality monitor. Then after that you buy a good quality microphone. Then you buy slowly good quality preamplifier. Because an A to D converter, of course, chalo, let us say whatever you buy, let us say Motu or RME, to start with it's okay. But you have got a last stage and the first stage, acoustics, monitors, and the microphone and preamplifier. If you can invest more money, DAW by PC doesn't know Mac doesn't give you better sound. Some engineers have told me that Niendo gives a better sweet sound than other software.
Okay.
Now it's a matter of debate why some people use Niendo as a main base. Let us say Eophonics was on that.
Yeah.
For example, now Yama Nuage is on the Niendo platform. But that is a matter of debate whether it is correct or not. It can happen with the software that some sweetness can come from highs. It's like a dome tweeter and ribbon tweeter. Like somebody asked me today on the class, what is the difference? I'll explain to you. Now the thing is, you say ribbon tweeter, but you can't explain what is the meaning of ribbon tweeter. You say dome, or let us say coaxial. The problem today is the people who are dealing in this trade, they themselves is unqualified in this. They should learn themselves. That basically means if I want to come in this trade, I must get education 4-5 years, practice that art, then like for example, when I go abroad and see the exhibition and all that, Steve Vai for this Eventide is giving demonstration the Eventide. He has made patches for that DSP, engine 4000, 7500, 8000. Steve Vai is a guitarist. He himself is giving us this thing. So one day I went to him, I said, are you Steve guy? He said, yeah man. I said, you are giving demonstration, the man who has created the patches for the guitars, for the DSP, this harmonizer, this Eventide. The thing is that they should learn. The main thing today is without learning, you cannot earning. More you learn, more you earn. People today want to earn more but without learning. That may happen maybe if you get a hit song and then you are after a hit song you get one more hit. That means 2-3 years you have made a money, maybe crore, 2 crore, doesn't matter, 10 crores, doesn't matter. But what happens? After 2-3 years what happens? You see in our India, the pop artist, take this, you don't name, you know that, everybody knows. 3 years career, 2 years career, this is one song hit, they charge exorbitant kind of money, and after that they have no idea.
Yep.
Their money is completely overshadowed their ideas. That doesn't mean The people like Ilya Raja and Rahman have not earned money. He has done 850 films plus. Ilya Raja. John William, according to him, must have done 50 films. Like, you understand?
Yep.
And Zimmer has done. So many people, David Arnold, all the name these people were real hathis in Hollywood.
Yes.
Money they also making, but the idea is not the money, camouflaging the money with them. Today, if I earn money as a pop artist, first thing is I'll buy a very fancy car which nobody has got.
Correct.
So when I'm going through the street, they say this man is going. That is not the qualification. Steven Spielberg must be earning maybe per month how many crores? Because so many films make.
Correct.
But that is what it is. This is okay. Money is money. Money will automatically follow. Main thing is like today. Do you mean to say I'm running after money? I'm teaching boys because I thought if I don't teach what I have gathered for so many years, going abroad and from my learning experience, if I don't, who will teach them, young generation? At least make a firm footing. The recording is a art. Recording is not a twiddling the knobs. There's a difference between art and engineering. Engineering means twiddling.
Operator.
Operator, right? Like today, if you want to learn the mixer, I can teach you within 24 hours. What is so big about it?
Correct.
If you have a common sense, it is very simple. It goes here, goes here, goes here. These parameters can be changed. But the art is, it needs a lot of thinking, devotion, meditation, experience. Sit with somebody who's doing, why he's doing, analyze this thing. Like today, if you tell me, let us say, some big engineer like L. Schmidt, Bruce Sweden. He said, Daman, you are welcome to stay with me. I am mixing this new album. But only thing is you have to come on your own cost. Stay in the hotel. I'll say, I'll the first one to go on my cost to just sit with them. Even if I am the most popular engineer in India or maybe world, I've done so many. I've done more albums than these guys put together. 1,000 albums I've done. I could have been in Guinness Book of Record, but nobody gave me that life. I was just thinking day and night to record only. Somebody says, how can you say you have recorded 1,000 albums in years of 35 years or 40 years? I simply say, morning I record Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma, stereo direct recording. Afternoon I record Pandit Hari Prasad. In the evening I record 6 to 10, that is a vocal recital by Bhimsen Joshi. In one day I've done 3 albums. Stereo direct, no cutting. If editing has to be done, do editing, and after that pass it straight. So 3 albums a day I have done so many times. So it is not like you could not do it. So the thing is, and in olden time, this Kurbani song I have done in one full day. I started in the morning 10 by 4:35 over. All the news, even the song, the best song, when I was assistant in from 69 to 73, big song we used to record within 5 hours. Why? Everything is fixed, everything is planned, everything is organized. There's nothing. People used to come in time. 9 o'clock shift to 9 o'clock. Open ear was the person. If 9 o'clock is song, quarter to 9 is sitting like this, waiting for all the musicians. And his mind is working for the song only that time. His arranger is Deepak is sitting, or somebody who's Dheeraj was the arranger that time. He's sitting, they are all ready. And let us say, you may be the biggest musician. It has happened. One day Hari Prasad Chaurasia came late. Opener told me himself. Because he was a very busy musician. 9 o'clock was the shift. He walks in at 9:30. Because he's an expert, he knew कि क्या बजाने का solo within 2 instant he can play. Because such a riyaz is there. But he told him, okay, Hari, you are a great musician. I respect you. But my principles are more important. So now in this song you will not play. Please go back. Now the question is, if you have put his solo or his such a great musician, how the song can be recorded when it is the main song? instantly something is changed. Okay, he will not play like this. Clarinet will play. Clarinet and harmonium will play. Or accordion will play. Or will play with vibraphone. Tan, tan, tan. Ah, that's called music director. That means they knew one thing. The song becomes hit because of the word and tune. Like Nayyar Sahib used to always tell me, according to me, the word of the song is important. Because what the word is saying, then I make the melody. Right?
Correct.
What is the meaning of the word? Then I make the melody. The word is poor, what melody I'll make? That is why he was insistence on good lyrics. You have to sit with them. So basically, word is a hero, then melody, then voice. Recording, our musician is last. There are so many songs which are recorded bad, right? And they are hit even today. Munni Badnaam, Lalita is running his studio, told me.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't have fancy studio.
Correct.
It's a private studio.
Yes.
Now if you see the track also, it's not that like powerfully recorded. No. But what is the thing? It's like a hook. But that hook is only for certain time. After that, it's not there.
Correct. So it's not just the digital technology which has brought down the level of music.
The creativity.
It's the creativity.
What is the creativity is that nothing is thought from the beginning. It is always thought in the end.
Process has been reversed now.
Yeah. It's like this. When you conceive a child, when a woman is pregnant, after 2 months you go to doctor. You take the test, yes, she is pregnant.
Yes.
Then after, let us say 2 months again, 4-month baby when it is formed, then doctor will say, well, now you have to have this folic more, iron more, this thing.
Correct.
You are lacking this thing. You sleep well, do little exercise. Then as the things are going, you are going more visit to the doctor.
Yes.
Till the child comes out. Why? As it is growing, you are taking more care. But beginning stage is very important. Na? Here what we do, na, in the beginning stage, only we have a sketch. Let us say I have got a mukda, I may be having antra. That is only sketch. What is around this, I don't have sketch. When R.D. Burman used to do, Mehbooba, oh Mehbooba, Mehbooba. No, this is an inspiration of some Persian song, right? Whatever it is. But doesn't matter. He had a inspiration. Yeah, ऐसा गाना एक बनाना चाहिए. He made it made a hit.
So with software today and samples and which are also recorded with live instruments, it is possible to come up with good music as long as the soul of the music, creativity,
Yeah.
is what I understand from what you're saying.
So today what is happening is, you have got all the best Vienna strings.
Correct.
You have got
Everything you got.
Hans Zimmer strings that come, I think,
Yes.
now latest
Guitar,
one.
yeah.
Or guitar, and all that, you just read. That doesn't become your music become like Hans Zimmer. It's like the Daman Sood tabla you take from Jagjit Singh. Dum, dum. You take the sample, tadam, tadam. But that doesn't make music, it's just a sound. Sample.
It's this whole process which you explained.
It is the soul. It is the workout. It is the devotion. It is the thinking. Like for example, O.P. Nair never used to record 2 films. He will never take 2 films in one time, he tells. Why? He says, one film take, give 2-3 months to that, finish all the songs. Take other film, think about that, do 2-3 months. He says, how many songs you want to record? It's enough, 4 song, 4 picture, 6 song, 25 songs, more than what more you want? Creativity is like that. Now, how many songs you can make in? That is why today what is happening is repeat is coming. Yeah. Let's say when I do a judging for GMA or some award, and they give me some song, when I play, and I will always feel कि यार ये sound एक जैसा लगता है. Why? The samples are same. The technology which is used is same. If you have a logic, how much you can go through that? Naturally, if you like one kick, I will also like that. I will not say no. Right or not? If you like the noise of tabla, I will also put the same tabla. Only I have to change the tune only. That sur. What I mean to say is, that is why today the band which are very popular like Alice Cooper and all that, they will record their own samples with engineers. They will go around the world in tribal area, in the interiors, in Africa, in India. They will themselves record the sample. On that basis, they'll make the new record. That means the effort is there, no? The thought is there.
The money also, sir. I mean, investment is also high then.
No, but the thing is, you put the money, that's why you make money. It's an international label, no? It's international release.
Mm.
Like today, somebody told me this Michael Jackson Escape has come.
Yes.
He says it's the same thing which you did in Visa, no? Mother Mohan tunes, and
Correct.
we webbed it together and made a new song with interlude, everything, right?
Yes. Yes.
It's the same thing what he did is they took his voice
Yeah.
and on that they reprogrammed everything, taken different producers,
Yes.
and they done. I want to listen. It must be good. After death, na, everything comes out good. When man is alive, he is not bothered.
Correct.
Right or not?
These are valued.
There is no value, right or not? Today music, people who are died, their music we still appreciate. Beethoven we still listen. Mozart we still listen. James Bond, everybody remember thang dang dang. James Bond, John Barry's title is still we hum, right? Whether he's a musician when he was small or till today he's become big, he knows. You tell anybody James Bond thing, he'll do that.
Right.
Correct or not? A engineer like me can sing. That was John Barry's time. How I knew John Barry? One day I was doing Halchal background, and it was a like suspense film, OP film, and RD was doing the music. That time RD what he used to do. Suppose you want to create strange effect. No, strange effect was not available in the synthesizer. He used to bring his tape recorder and used to play some French music. He used to get Perrier Bologe and all. I used to have that. That kind of that kind of strange effects is there. He used to cue the tape and he is seeing the film and we used to give microphone on that speaker. He will release that, pause, release it, and then he will say, and slowly he'll fade out. This kind of खोपड़ी वाला कहाँ मिलेगा आज?
Mm.
This I have seen in front of my eyes. Then I asked Pancham, what is this? He said, यार ये French orchestra है, electronic है, very strange, weird sound है, तो मुझे weird effect चाहिए था. Like how he used in the Sholay on Gabbar Singh,
Mm.
that kind of sound.
Mm.
This is called thinking in the music. That's why they 24 hours they are thinking to make something new.
And now people have the tools.
Today thinking is what? To get more pictures. Thinking is networking. Thinking is what I have got. No, ये पहले दूसरे को पकड़ो. Like for example, if you give S.D. Burman let us say a film, he was also like he will never do 2 films. He said my mind doesn't work.
Mm.
So you have given me a theme, you have given the situation. Now, in his mind he used to think, people have told me, okay, now it is my examination. What is examination? What I have done hits. Now I have to do better than that. How can I produce it?
Now you feel it's not there. In today's times, it's not as seriousness is not there.
If I am doing TV shows, if I become model for the product, if I give the award in big functions, you have become an icon.
Hmm.
I want to ask people who are this, they are my junior, but I can tell how many award Ilayaraja has given when he is a deserving person. So it is more of a marketing. It is how to push. Let us say it is simple. If I do 100 songs in a year, if 2 songs become hit, it's not a big thing. It's 2%. If I do one film of Raj Kapoor, Shankar Jaikishan, all songs are hit. Shri 420, all songs are hit. Yash Chopra, Dil To Pagal, all songs are hit. दिल वाले दुल्हन ले जाएंगे जतिन ललित, all songs are hit. कुछ होता है, all songs are hit. Then tell me how you create that success. If I make 10 songs, all 10 are hit, that's called creation. and people have proved it on the record. There's so many films, like Mughal Azam, Madhumati, I can't remember films, but if you see all Kabhi Kabhi, eh, all songs, once Razia Sultana, you take any kind of thing, you take, all songs are super hit. You will, like for example, Lekin 1990 I did, Yara Silly Silly, Suniyo Ji Arj Hamari. So all this, you hear the song, till today you enjoy that song. Why? There is not a best sound recording. There is no digital recording. It's 8-track recording, analog Otari machine. I have done. Lekin it is the melodious structure which fits in the story, executed well, sang well, lyrics good, and maybe little bit recording is okay. That's not very fancy recording in that. Like Machis I did, right? Machis is a good melody, good structure, good sound. चपा चपा चरखा चले. अभी बोलते हैं, अभी तक बोलते हो ऐसा ढोल का साउंड नहीं आया अभी तक. वो वेस्टर्न में रिकॉर्ड हुआ है. Not a fancy microphone, not a fancy acoustic, no fancy gadget. KJ was doing the tracking. Avinash was both of them. I said no, KJ is engineer and KJ you people do na. Actually I was thinking KJ will only mix it and all that. But Gulzar sir said, don't crucify me, telling me one day. I said, what do you mean crucify me? He says, you are not to be seen around. I said, दोनों लड़के हैं ना, होशियार है. Avinash is good, KJ is also good engineer. He said, whatever it is, you are going to mix final. I said, okay, fine. If you want me to mix, I'll mix it. You are recording in my studio. I just do the mixing. Tracking these boys are done, Avinash and KJ. And they're done very good with Vishal and all that. See the score today. All songs are good songs. Matches. So what I'm going to say is, it is the creativity of a person and the dedication, honesty to his job, I think is most important for him. Then, if you do good work, today I have seen, see, I am a boy from a very small city. I used to see pictures of Minu Katrak and B.N. Sharma, Lata ji and Rafi Saab and this and that. I used to get inspired like, अरे यार एक दिन ऐसा हमारे बनना चाहिए, हम भी इनके साथ खड़े होकर फोटो खिंचाना, right? I had no uncle, no godfather in my film industry. Which brought me, who brought me to this kind of level after 45 years that people appreciate my work, life award देने का, I got so many awards, right? Lifetime achievement is also.
Yes.
I was postponing it, ठीक अगले साल लेकर ले. But anyway, he said, no, you have to take it, fine. The thing is, what was the main thing? Not my face, even if I look beautiful. I am trained technician, gold medalist. No. The only thing I understood, one thing in my life, which I tell every student, complete wholehearted dedication to your job, to your career. Don't stand like a still water. You will stagnate, it will rot. Always your level of wisdom and understanding and knowledge should become higher and higher. Today if you ask me what is the latest technology available, I'll tell you. Which product is what, which product do. I may not use it, but I know what it can do. I know what is in the pipeline, what is happening in the near future. The thing is why it excites you. These things can be done. I never thought like that. Sometimes somebody is, you are watching and you get the idea, this thing I should have done. This didn't click my mind. Right. So feeding yourself, like how we feed our body, we have to feed also our knowledge if you are in the career. Of course, my life is more of a spiritual kind because I believe one thing is an invisible medium which I am recording. Spirit is invisible. Okay. And sound is coming, it's invisible. So how to capture that sound? If you are a spiritually more stronger person, you can, wisdom from God can come, who is spirit, from heaven it can come more. And the other thing is, if you keep your character holy, pure, like people like, I'll give you example like Rahman, Bappi Lahiri, Ilayaraja. They are 100% in that only. इबादत करेंगे, अपना जो भी फेथ है उसके हिसाब से चलेंगे, नॉट पॉल्यूटिंग देयर करियर, नॉट गोइंग पार्टी बाजी 3 o'clock 4 o'clock. They don't have time for all these things. 7 o'clock again in the morning they have to compose a new song. Do the background in the afternoon. Next day again song. If you have that kind of routine, where is the time to do nonsense? लेकिन आजकल क्या है, पिक्चर ज़्यादा खींचने का, एक बना के दे दिया स्केच, किसी 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 तो प्रोग्राम करता रहा, पूरा दिन प्रोग्राम निकाल दिया, अगले दिन डबिंग में निकाल दिया. So that you have got 2 days, na? Now your overnight party is there, then what is happening is, you can do this because there is no work only you are doing. You get up at 2 o'clock, go, I will not tell you to go to workout. I met him, मैं कहा से आया तू, वर्कआउट करके आया सुसा. अच्छा 2 o'clock वर्कआउट करके आया, काम तो सुबह शुरू होना चाहिए, because night 3 o'clock you sleep, naturally he'll get up at 11 12, na? Very simple. Then after he go to workout, he has to look good also because he's on the TV. Understood what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because of this distraction, even if as an engineer I got distraction while working. For example, in London, no engineer keeps the mobile next to his mixer. Your personal phone call, your this thing is not to interfere with the job. When you have a break, that time the receptionist or somebody will take, कि दिस इज द मैसेज फ्रॉम योर फ्रेंड. एज इज पहले सब बिजी रहते हैं, कोई फ़ोन ही नहीं करेगा, कोई इमरजेंसी में कोई बोलेगा कि फ़ोन करो, देन यू कॉल होम और कॉल योर वाइफ और कॉल योर मदर फादर, देन यू से अटेंड टू इट, और से ओके यू कांट लीव द जॉब. इधर क्या है, दादी की तबीयत खराब हो गई, 3 दिन के लिए उधर चला गया, स्टडी गया भाड़ में. अरे दादी के लिए माँ है ना, तेरा बाप है, व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू डू? बट दिस इज द एटीट्यूड दे हैव. Boys these days, they have lame excuses to give. मेरी गाड़ी रेड हो गया, पंक्चर हो गया, ये हो गया, आज बहुत भीड़ थी इसलिए लेट आया. That shows that you are not interested in the work. If you are not interested in the learning process, what will be earning process?
True.
Right or not? So what I am thinking is analog, digital. You can get analog sound in digital domain, provided you use high quality preamplifier, tube processor, good quality microphone. Today microphone, like for example, old technology microphone doesn't suit digital technology. Why? Old technology is made for the optical recording. Now let me not point it out. So the thing is, there was always a boost of mid and highs to give the compensate the presence. But today you can get a beautiful presence from DAW. Noise level has to be less. Your room acoustics, the noise of air condition, everything, isolation has to be made. NC 20, NC minimum, NC. We have achieved NC 15 by Yash Rai. So the thing is, these are the parameters you have to do it. Because noise floor is very important in digital domain. If 144 dB can be recorded in dynamic range in 24 bits, so you have to take care of the noise. So microphones are being made in new technology. It's more natural. It's more perfect. You need not to buy an expensive microphone to get a good sound. At half the price, people are making microphone. Vintage microphone, it's a fascination. And, I want that kind of jewelry which was Maharani or Jhansi was wearing. There's no need of that. Some people like to have vintage microphone. Today, the microphone, everybody, reference is always vintage microphone. Like for example, Neumann, Microgefühl, Bronner, they are German microphone. So they are of the same cadre. You can't say this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. It's like a juice, Tropicana, real, or whether a brand or not. Juice is a juice. It's orange is orange. It's only a little difference. But even if your juice is different, you can put some kind of flavor. That is what the certain thing I like in plugins, which other technology, like for example, restoration. I think restoration can be done best with plugins, not with the cedar hardware and all that. Denoising, I have heard in 1985, I think. Denoising by Sonic Solution. It's amazing. I couldn't believe he's here. But ढूंढता हूँ music में क्या गड़बड़ किया इसने. He's playing me original, he's playing me denoising. He said, can you find a difference? I say, play me again, original. Play me this again. मैं सोचता यार difference तो music में nothing is lost. Only that hiss is gone. Or the tape hiss. So if that in 1985, now we are in 2015 approximately, so that means 30 years improvement on the restoration plugin has been done. That is why today small companies are releasing, as you were saying, that noise reduction, no?
Yes.
Which one was that?
Isotope
Isotope,
RX3.
right,
Yeah.
right. So the thing is, because that man who's designing for that, no, it's an application.
Yes.
He is only analyzing and how to remove that. So that is what he has done, Isotope has done. Same way Sonic solution we had.
Yes.
Now we have Cedar. Now there are even Pro Tool has got plugin. There are so many German companies are there now. There's Wave has done.
Yes.
So the thing is, in the Newt software, so you can analyze this is original. What you are removing, you can hear it at the same time. You
Yeah.
click here, what you are removing, this is original, and finally you are listening. So it is so controllable restoration. So according to my conclusion is, you can do analog sound today in the digital domain, provided you use the same analog gears, which is tube circuits, tube preamplifier, tube compressors, and you use higher quality resolution speakers, monitors.
Right. And not to forget, the soul of the music is
Yeah, of course. The everything starts from here only. All designer have a soul to do something. That is why.
It was lovely to talk to you, sir. And you've given a lot of messages, not just about the analog digital comparison, but a lot of other subtle messages that came across in this conversation.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for
My
talking
pleasure
to us.
always. I hope everybody who's listening is will do the same which I am telling them, inspiring them to do it.
I'm sure they will. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.